Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our YouTube account, and today we are looking at the Awakened Hero. So about 2 weeks ago, we had an Awakened Hero guide over there from Arkans and Alpha BNB, some of the top tier players within AFK Arena, and the priority that they built, the utility, the priority, they took a incredible amount of time and effort, guys, to come up with a guide, really do a very, very extensive breakdown of every Awakened Hero that we have. We know Solus, we have Thane, we have Brutus, we have Aziz, we have Baden. There are so many Awakened Heroes that continue to show themselves within AFK Arena. So as of today, guys, I wanted to cover the guide. I will put a link down below so you guys can check it out yourself. Not only seeing what heroes are kind of the priority within AFK Arena, but also they included the build, the reason, the logic, everything behind it. And again, I know from building visuals years ago, guys, it is incredibly time consuming. And I feel like even over on Reddit, guides are very short lived. They might only have a couple days where they're utilized, or it's very, very hard to access the information. Even if you go over and look at the guides that they have currently over on Reddit, a majority of the information over there is pretty outdated, and that is why a lot of the players do watch the YouTube videos that Vulcan and I put out, just because it is a lot more prevalent to what we have going on in comparison to some of the older guides that we see over there. So, all right, guys, so let's go ahead and look down the guide. I'm going to give you my thoughts. We'll break it down, so let's take a look at it. All right, guys, so here is the guide. I did drop out my camera so you guys can see it in its entirety. The author Arkans and also designer Alpha. Visual guides take a lot of time, guys. You can see the ability to create these is very time consuming, guys. That is why I really did want to cover this. Now, the priority guide, looking down here, a lot of the logic, it serves as the most standard guide for Awakened Hero priorities through a focus on different modes. Treasure Scramble, Temporal Rift, Cursed Realm, AE, the Hunting Fields, the campaign. Every single place in AFK Arena, guys, is being impacted by the Awakened Heroes. We know that they're going to continue to really dominate when it comes to the build, when it comes to design. That is really the way that they were made. And there's not a game mode, again, that is really not heavily affected by having these Awakened Heroes. So the general consensus is here on the bottom. On further pages, a full explanation of each hero, their priority, along with some bonus investments, which of course is kind of the whale builds when you're going over. So definitely do not miss them out. Again, I will put a link down below. That way you can go ahead and check out the guide, but I'm going to run through the heroes right down here in the bottom, guys, right in the middle. And you can see the beginning on the left, it starts with legendary Solus. She is the absolute first priority that you do want to get within AFK Arena. When you do unlock her, you'll have the ability to actually heal and support the team incredibly well. And there's a lot of game modes where a very basic build or even a basic legendary Solus will perform incredibly well. We know when it comes to the Temporal Rift, it can work out pretty well. Early game, she can be a carry support for Damon. Pretty much anyone that you have, guys, the legendary Solus will definitely work. So if you're new, you're getting ready, you're getting those time emblems, you finally have the time emblems unlocked, there is no reason to hold on to the cards, guys. As soon as that Temple of Time is unlocked, start summoning for the heroes, because essentially what's going to happen is as we continue over time, of course, you're going to get more time emblems, you're going to continue farming them, you're going to get them from voyages, you're going to get them from events, whatever it is. You're going to continue to get cards, guys, if you're not building out these heroes and building them out in their entirety. So what I don't want to happen is you have a bunch of heroes that are kind of halfway built because you ran out of cards or whatever it may be. Make sure you are prioritizing one single Awakened Hero at a time. Once that single hero is to that ascended level, once an Awakened Hero gets to that ascended level, they can go over to the Stargazer. The Stargazer is the point that you will add this 1 star onto them, which for a majority, probably 95% of players, adding this 1 star onto the hero is literally all that you need. If you're min-maxing in the game, if you're looking to really get full 100% utility out of these, 5 stars is again kind of the whale build. But because of the price of Stargazer cards and diamonds and also the time emblems, do not take them higher than the 1 star. There's not really a big push. You're not going to gain extra abilities, things of that nature. It is just a little short boost in stats. So once you do get her up to legendary, next step will be, of course, getting her to mythic, the plus 30 signature item. Now, when it comes to the plus 30 signature item, guys, it is really a game changer for this hero, which is one of the reasons once you do hit this point, guys, again, all priority turns to the Awakened Heroes. You're going to go ahead and build her out and continue building her out with the time emblems that you're getting until you do hit this A1 or the Awakened version with 1 star, which is going to unlock the engraving portion. Now, one of the big things with the Awakened Heroes is if you do not have the signature item, the furniture, and the engraving, you are going to be missing a majority of their skills and abilities, which is super detrimental for these heroes, guys. It is very, very important that you fully unlock them. And the reason why I said build one at a time. Now, looking here, guys, the next one that they focus on is Baden. Now, as much as I like Brutus, it seems that Baden is showing a lot more utility now that we've seen him built with informations. Baden is used pretty much in every game mode. Treasure Scramble, best in slot. Temporal Rift, definitely best in slot. Cursed Realm, best in slot. Even within the Twisted Realm, best in slot within a couple different formations, guys. Again, the utility of Baden has kind of eclipsed Brutus. As we see it today, he is finding a place in every single game mode. I'm even using him in the campaign, a couple other places. The utility of Baden is going very, very high. He is a hero, again, looking at this, the consensus, build Baden before you build Brutus. I love Brutus, but again, as we continue to see the power creep, as we continue to see more heroes that are built, Brutus, just like we see in the Awakened version of Taylene, will slowly fall off. There will be a point, guys, where a lot of these Awakened heroes that we've built and invested in don't really have the same utility that they do today, which means when we get another Awakened Mauler, Brutus could go down a little bit further. Towers, they're always going to dominate, guys, just because of the sheer strength that they have coming from the Awakened versions. They will definitely dominate. So similar to what we see with Solus, guys, 309.60 for Baden is the build. A1, so ascended with 1 star. 1 star is where you're going to take the hero. Once Baden is completed, guys, it is going to be moving over to Brutus. Brutus, of course, with the M30, similar to what we see with Solus. The M30 for Brutus, guys, is an absolute game changer, getting that plus 30 signature item. Not only adding the stats and abilities that the signature item brings, but also bringing and unlocking another portion of the skill sets of the Awakened heroes. Then it follows the same, guys. A1, 309.60 for Brutus. Again, fully unlocking these heroes. Once Brutus is completed, moving on to Belinda, A1, 39.47. So you see a little bit lower engraving. I believe at this point, 47 is good. Some players will take her to 60. I'm not sure exactly the consensus. I know for a majority of time, her E60 was just absolutely horrible, and a lot of players were not building her. But if I only have to take the Awakened version of Belinda up to 47 to save the engraving mats, going from 48 to 60 essentially is very, very important. Now looking at Thane, interesting enough, guys, Thane has fallen down this far down the tier list already. Now remember, he was the third, I believe it was the third Awakened hero that we received, but he was the first faction specific Awakened hero that we got, which again has utilization within the Treasure Scramble. Absolutely. Temporal Rift, I use him. Cursed Realm, unfortunately, I think there might be one comp that is still being utilized in there, but overall not super effective in the Abyssal Expedition on hunting fields, because Thane is very prevalent when you kill enemies. The Abyssal Expedition, when you look at boss modes, when you look at things of that nature, even the hunting fields, when you look at the boss modes, not as high of a damage dealer in there, because again, you're not killing the boss. Camp, farming, towers, even the towns, the villages, all of the tiers within those two game modes, Thane absolutely crushes it. But when it comes to overall the boss damage, not really there. And then of course, look, we got the optional Taylene, guys. At this point of AFK Arena, if you haven't started building the Awakened version of Taylene, I would not build her. We have a lot more damage that is coming out for the Celestial Tower. We have Audrey, we have Theo, we have Tarnos. We have a lot of heroes that are going to be significantly cheaper than building out the awakened version of Taylene. Again, if you're not already invested in her, if you're not already building her up, probably Mythic Plus already, I would not build her out. And even my utilization for the awakened version of Taylene is the tower and the tower exclusively. Then, of course, we have Aziz, which was probably one of my biggest mistakes in AFK Arena on the awakened version of Aziz. Do not gaze for him, guys. You only need one copy, which is effective as the A1 copy. Getting him built out, there is absolutely no reason he is not being used. And if you've seen some of my videos, guys, it's actually been pretty detrimental having him fully maxed out, built into the Infernal Fortress, because he doesn't die. It's very hard to kill him within that game mode, which means that Lucretia doesn't get the boost that he actually provides from his death, because the hero will not die, guys. So, all right, so that'll do it for today's video. I wanted to break this down. And again, I will put a link down below for the Awakened Priority Guide as of today. Again, big shout out, guys, to Arkans and to Alpha B&B, guys. All of the visuals in here are amazing. I love seeing them up. I wish I would have covered it a little bit earlier, but this is something that you can definitely reference in the guide section. And again, I'll put everything down below. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.